Okay, here I have GIMP open, just in the default screen. I'm going to open a file from last time. So let's just go to desktop and open up 5. If you saw the last tutorial, you saw I made this and showed you how you could improve it in certain ways. Now I'm going to add some more improvements to it using GIMP and just showing you a couple of the tools and how you can use them. First of all, I'm going to edit the tree. So I'm going to zoom in just to the tree. I'm going to use the smudge tool. Oops, that's much too big. I'm just going to get a smaller brush and just drag around from there. Okay, so we got kind of lines down the tree, like how these kind of trees do. And do the same with the leaves, kind of just make them go in a bit more. Just fix any mistakes you made. Right, you can zoom out, hold Control and mouse wheel out. Right, there we go, so we got that there. Now, the sea looks a bit plain, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new layer. Transparency, and I am then going to zoom into the sea area. A bit closer, actually, there. And I'm going to, you go to the colour select menu, so you paintbrush, then click on the colour. Brings up this. Now I could choose a colour, or I'm just going to pick a colour. Click on this, and then click on that colour there. Right, now I'm just going to draw some kind of waves. And don't worry, I haven't gone like completely crazy. I do realise that those waves look completely rubbish. But they're the first step. What I'm now going to do is use the smudge tool. Turn it up to 100% smudge. Oh, actually that's too much. Much too much. Put it out down to 50. And just smudge these. A kind of wave-like pattern. So you can't see them anymore. Can't see the lines anyway, but you can see that you've still got an effect there. So the sea's not flat. You can do the same thing with a bit of white, or not white, just lighter. Or you could use white and then turn the opacity down, or opacity, whatever you want to call it. Oh, so it's not quite so bright. Just put a bit of glisten on the sea. The best thing about that is if I don't like it, I can just turn it off because I'll put it on a separate layer. Or if I think it's too thick, I can just turn this down so it's less obvious. I think that's okay, so I am going to merge it down with the normal layer. Alright, now what I'm going to do is explore a couple of effects. Now it depends on what you want to use the background for. Now, in the earlier one we got rid of all the black lines, but you might want some black lines in a different fashion. Here in the preview you can see the black lines, but they're very different. So if we apply that, you can see you've got a kind of cartoony effect, which is different from if you just completely made it on Anime Studio. Of course it might not be the effect you're looking for, but it looks okay in some cases. Another effect, which is one of my favourites, is Oilify. Now this is just great because it makes the whole thing just look like a oil painting, and you can play with the settings to get it right. But so there we go. We've got a kind of oil painting look. So let's just undo that. There's also some filters you can use, light and shadow. There's lens flare. So if you put that there, maybe a bit lower, you have a flare like when you take a picture of a camera. You can also, if you didn't like the colours, you can play with the hue and saturation. So there we go, slightly different. Might not always look as good then, but change our lightness, change the saturation. You just turn it black and white if you turn it all the way down. Or we could turn the contrast all the way up. Not a very good use for background though. It might be okay if you're trying to make a nuclear war scene where the bomb's just gone off, but otherwise turning the contrast up isn't much use. Turning it down likewise just makes it grey. Okay, so you can apply more than one filter. You could, on top of this, you could make a cartoon effect, and on top of the cartoon effect, render a Oilify effect. So there we go, we've got oilified cartooned, but that doesn't look so good, so we'll try it the other way around. We'll first of all do oilify, and then we'll do cartoon. Well, that's okay. It doesn't look great, it looks okay. If you want these black lines to kind of be invisible, or at least less visible, what you can do is duplicate this layer. So duplicate layer, then apply the cartoon to that. Then make this level, this layer, kind of half see-through. So the black lines are a lot less visible. So you only see them a little bit. Oops, of course you might not want them at all, so you can just delete them. It all depends on your preferences. So there we go, we've played with a few effects. We've blurred, we've smudged, and added a lens effect, and now oilify, just to make the background look right. And now you can export this as a JPEG, or a PNG, or whatever you prefer, and then import it into Anime Studio as a background. So, good luck with making backgrounds. Oh, and while I'm talking about backgrounds, it's an awful segue, I know. I've had a few people asking about how to make a good background on their channel, and I've had someone offer to help with that. They're making original channel designs. I'll link it in the sidebar if you want to check that out. Alright then, goodbye.